So I accidentally clicked the wrong button, and I don't know what that intro was, but it was kind of cool. Huh? It was all right.
A little spacey.
And you know what? That'll be the intro that we do here from Cape Cod Studios, where I am recording today. Alongside me, Mr. Bob Harris, absolute super megastar, FSWA legend, right? I mean, you're a Hall of Famer. It's kind of crazy that in this industry you could be a Hall of Famer and still play. It's like if you got in the Hall, then you unretired and you kept rocking. It's kind of not fair to
Yeah.
the rest of us.
Well, and it's not like I got in yesterday. It's been like 10,
Right.
15 years since I got in. So yeah, it's I thought they thought I was done.
Right? You should be forced to retire. It's really not fair to the rest of us that we have to continue to play against you in fantasy. But guess
Soon
what,
enough.
folks?
Father
Yeah,
Time is undefeated. It'll happen.
undefeated. Well, the good news for us today, though, is you're not retired and we're on the same team. Folks out there, if you haven't joined us for one of these shows on Friday, what we're doing here is we're making an FFPC lineup. Okay. The rules over there are a little different than most other DFS platforms. There's no draft, there's no salary. The only rule is you can't pick two players from the same team. So you can't go out and stack a quarterback with a wide receiver. I kind of like that because you don't have to, you don't lose if a quarterback goes out and throws 500 yards and 5 touchdowns and they all go to one guy because you can't have that other one guy. So we're going to do our best to win this. Bob, last year, one of the few people on this show that cashed, right, Bob? You and I cashed.
We did.
We were supposed to do another tournament. We didn't. We just took the money and ran. But you know what? We're back to cash again.
That's fine. I did win. I won a pros versus Joe's entry last year into the big show. So I've been enjoying that this year. It's a good time. Love the contest. Love the company. All good.
Yeah, they're great, man. So before we jump in, how was your Thanksgiving? How was little Bob's giving?
When was it?
This week.
Oh,
at
is
some
that
point.
why the games were on yesterday? Yes,
Football.
yesterday. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it immensely. Couldn't have had a better time.
Yeah, it's nice, dude. I love Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. You get family, you get friends, you get food, you get friggin' beers. You know, it's the 5 F's of Thanksgiving. You can't beat it. So okay,
Is beer
folks.
one of the F's?
I said friggin' beers, yeah.
Okay.
So there you go, dude. All 5. So yeah, jump in, everybody. Thank you for popping in. Hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties with the setup here today, but I'm going to jump in and pull up the screen. Before we get to that, Bob, can we hit this one question for the lovely family? Need one in the flex, half PPR. Neil, Myers, Gadsden, and Tracy. What do you think, brother?
Neil, Meyer, Gaston, and Tracy. Probably Tracy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like Neil's a great target opportunity, and Gadsden's like a super high upside play. And I think it'd be a fine game. There's a lot of mouths to feed there, and they don't all get fed every week, even in a great matchup. So I'd probably play the floor play. Tracy's been a part of the pass attack. Maybe that shifts a little bit with Jackson Dart back. I don't think too much, though. I'll go ahead and play him.
Right. And yeah, I think the team in general should be a little better with Dart in there. And he's kind of his role, it reminds me of what's going on with the Seahawks, right? Where he starts, he gets the pass work, he gets the between the 20s work. He's getting a lot of touches, and then they bring in another guy as like the battering ram with Devin Singletary, but he's getting enough touches that like he's going to get the ball 15, 20 times probably.
I think the receiving equity there is what helps him. And also I worry about Neil. You know, Taysom Hill still ended up getting 10 carries last week, all the premium work, you know, in the goal lines. And if he's not running it, he'll be passing it or catching it or something. So to heck with it. No, Devin Neal's okay.
I hate these Taysom Hill weeks because I have to rank him. I have him ranked in my.
Trust me, he'll be in some he'll be in way too many lineups this week. He'll be in many lineups, probably some of mine even.
For the first time ever, I put him in the DFS article this week.
Where's he ranking this week?
I mean, for standard, so you know we do standard half PPR and full PPR. In my standard rankings, he's like high end tight end 2 kind of, you know, like you know, but in my full PPR rankings, he's probably more like 20. You know, like I'm probably going to find somebody who gets targets in those, but in standard, I mean, might as well. He got 10 carries last week, so. We're not going to do that in something like this, folks, where we're doing an FFPC lineup. No. FFPC's tight end premium. That means that you get extra points, but just for the receptions.
Yes.
So let's pull up the sheet here and jump in and start looking at some of this stuff. And we'll hit on as many questions as we can to help you guys out. But here's what we're looking like here. And do I have this right? Yeah, I do. Okay, good. So for the folks that haven't seen this chart before, very simple. The left side shows you the over/under game point total that Vegas has set for the game. Then you have the spread, and based on very serious calculations, I mean, math way above our pay grade and our level, we're able to figure out what the implied point totals are for each of these teams, right? And from there, we can figure out, hey, this team looks like they're going to score a lot of points. We might use players from the lineup. This team looks like they're going to be bad. We're not going to use anybody from that team. In FFPC, you can use one player from each team if you want. There's more teams than there are spots, so we're going to have teams where we don't use anybody, and you can't use two players from the same team. So on this sheet, Bob and I are going to go through and kind of put the chalk of the chalk plays in there, and then at the end, we'll decide who we're going to use. So why don't we jump in first with the Cardinals, Bob? Anybody from the Cardinals that you would consider in this type of format? I think I might know one guy that we might want to use.
I think Michael Wilson's fair game no matter what. Trey McBride also.
Yeah, I mean, Trey McBride and something like this where you get 1.5 points per reception, he's kind of been like a must start since Jacoby Brissett took over, right? I mean, in this format, there really are only two guys that are scoring more points per game than him since Jacoby Brissett took over. That is Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor. So, like, he is kind of a super chalk play. Where do you have Michael Wilson ranked this week, though, Bob? I was really struggling with some of the big names that I ended up putting Wilson over.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm struggling too. I think you're still playing him. It's more of a wide receiver 2 level play. But I mean, if he's capable of wide receiver 1 numbers every week, I'm not going to dial back too far on him. I think I have him at 21.
Okay. So.
And McBride, of course, is number 1 at his position. So he's the obvious and easy play. Look, with what are the numbers with? Got 6 touchdowns over 6 games with Jacoby Brissett. He's averaging 23.2 points per game with Brissett. He had 3 receiving touchdowns over his last 21 games with Kyler Murray. Right. I mean, it's just like the touchdown turn has been beautiful.
Yeah, he's on pace to have like a top 5 all-time PPR season. So definitely a guy we got to consider. Who do you have ranked ahead this week, Michael Wilson or Justin Jefferson?
I think I have Jefferson still ahead there. Let me double check.
Yeah, I had to like walk away from my computer for a little bit when I got to that part of the rankings. Like I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, so I think we're all sitting here thinking, well, maybe it's going to be Max Brosmer, and we think like maybe that'll be better. We're just playing with the optimism of the unknown, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have him like a couple guys ahead.
Yeah,
because he's Justin Jefferson. He's capable of making great plays. Matt Waldman, my colleague at Football Guys and author of Scouting and Rookie Scouting Portfolio, will make a pretty strong argument that Michael Wilson's the number 1 receiver on this team, even when Marvin Harrison's back, and should be treated like that going forward. Maybe he will be with Jacoby Brissett. And Brissett's probably an upgrade over either McCarthy or Brosmer. So it's a super tough call. I think Marvin Harrison coming back is why we're all giving him a haircut, right, this week.
I'm glad he's coming back because it allows me to rank Jefferson ahead and do those things because before I was like, it was driving me crazy, man.
But again, if we're like thinking that Max Brosmer is going to be the answer, there's been like, a lot of reports suggesting that behind the scenes, the team's really high on Brosmer and just, they've been sticking with McCarthy for all the obvious reasons. But I don't know how high they should be. I don't know how high. I think the thing we're, hoping for is the optimism of the unknown. And also, Justin Jefferson's very good. Kevin O'Connell, usually works wonders with quarterbacks. We saw Justin Jefferson, 2023 final 5-game stretch. He came back from the hamstring injury and Kirk Cousins was gone, right? He was out with the Achilles. And so 5 games he played with Joshua Dobbs, Jaron Hall, and Nick Mullins. Justin Jefferson was still a wide receiver 3 over that span. I mean, he's shown that he can be quarterback proof. I just have to give the quarterback proof card comes with a McCarthy exception.
Right. Yeah. So I'm happy to see at least one game here, and you got to rank them with the upside because there's a lot of guys that just don't have that kind of upside at all. So I'm with you on that. And to the point on Max Brosmer and any of these rookies, it's easy to forget that the guy with the record for the most interceptions all time in a rookie season is Peyton Manning. Sometimes good players can be bad as rookies. Yes. So always got to take it with a grain of salt. On this Buccaneers side, anybody you would consider in this one, 23.5 point implied point total, still favored here, even though they've had a number of serious injuries.
I'll avoid.
Okay. Good. Then we'll leave the Bucks out on this one. A couple quick questions in the chat. Again, guys, we're not going to get to all of them tomorrow. From 10 to 11, John Penman and I are going to go live and answer every single question. But this one first here. Start Devonta Smith or Judkins this week. Devonta Smith a little banged up.
Yeah, he's a little banged up, but he is active. They did take him off the injury report. Do we trust that passing attack? We got the two cornerbacks coming back. Johnson and Gordon supposedly back today. Still no linebackers, so maybe it's Saquon's turn to be the squeaky wheel who gets greased in a game. Smith or Judkins? Dude, I have trust issues with Judkins. The game script has to be rolling right for me. Right. I'd probably play him just based on the anticipated volume and the little bit of uncertainty. But keep your expectations in check. I think what's our projection for him? Yeah. I have him pretty low against San Francisco.
San Fran, I will say they're missing Fred Warner and Tatum Bethune is also out. So they're down to their third middle linebacker. They just signed Eric Kendricks. They're going to try and get him going, but I don't think he's even going to be ready for the game. It's also weather's not supposed to be good, right, Bob? For that Browns game. That could play into Judkins' favor. So I think I'm with you on the Judkins call.
Yeah, I'll take the more likely volume.
Yeah. Yep, let's go with that. Standard league, Pierce, Mooney, Shaheed, or Kincaid if he goes. Pierce really let us down last week.
And he might again this week. Yeah. It's Houston.
Moondog?
He was wide receiver 16 last week. I don't know if that's going to happen every week. I think of the Jets, they've lost the pieces, but it seems like they've been playing tougher without Williams and Sauce Gardner than they did with him. I'd probably still take a chance on Mooney in this one.
Yeah, Mooney's where I'm at too. One more and we'll jump back in. Tom Gardner wants to know, he's got some studs. He's got to sit one of Egbuka, Jefferson, or Sutton. Oof.
I'm going to probably sit Egbuka in this one.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm with it, man. Banged up quarterback. Is he going to play? Do we get a final word on that yet?
We do not have a final word on that. He seems to be, he's limited again today. From what I heard, I don't know how much he's doing. The final call is going to be his. They'll probably take it right out to Sunday, even if they know in advance. But I mean, Egbuka has not been going great guns. The last month, it's not been going well.
No. Yeah. And Mayfield, his comments where he said, I have to be smart about this, has me feel like
anytime a player is saying those kind of things is not great. JJ Zacharyson had this number. Egbuka has ranked in the top 30 in weekly scoring at wide receiver just once over his last 6 games.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sit him down for this one. I mean, especially with the quarterback situation. Let's jump back in here. Falcons, Jets. Anything on this Falcons side that you're looking at?
I mean, you can always consider Bijan, and on the other side, you can consider Breece Hall.
Yeah, we got to put Bijan. There's certain players we got to put their name on the sheet out of respect.
Correct.
To ward off evil spirits. If you don't put them in there, they could get disrespected. They obviously pop in and watch the show and they see what the sheet looks like. And if their name's not on there, they spite us. Nobody else. If you had to pick between, and we're obviously not going to do it for this, folks out there, we're making an FFPC lineup where it's like the best of the best of the best chalk plays. There's no salaries. There's no draft. If you want to get set up and play with us, go to my FFPC, use promo code ALARM, and you can get signed up. They'll give you $25 when you deposit 35 or more. You can just click this QR code that I have over Bob's handsome face right now, and you can get set up over there. But that's what we're doing here. We're putting all the chalk plays into one sheet, and then we're going to pick from it at the end. And you guys can play and have fun over there too. It's one of my favorites because you can just wait till you see how ridiculous our lineup is going to be, folks, at the end of this. But if you had to pick between these two players, are you on the Mechie train or are you on the Adonai Mitchell train? I know the route running film watchers love Adonai Mitchell's separation. But he's not catching the ball.
Be better if he caught all the passes. I go with Mechie as the possession guy. I mean, just, right? Like any week, there's going to be some variance there, and maybe Mitchell puts it all together at some point. He's always been that guy, though, that, he's able to run past people and do great things, and the catching the ball has been not been his strength, it seems.
No, and that's, some may say the most important part of being a wide receiver.
Some say that.
Some say that is the catching part. Not the separation part. A question here: if Olave misses,
but some say that you can get better at that and work at it over time. And if the other things work, Quentin Johnston would like you to know that you too can turn into a real NFL receiver.
It's true. Hey, you know what? It's much easier to learn how to catch, in my opinion, than it is to learn how to be fast. Like
Yes.
I tried for years back in my playing days. I tried to be faster. It was never going to happen. It was never going to happen for me. So if Olave misses, should I play Jalen Warren, Gainwell, Debo, or McLaurin? Just one.
I played Jalen Warren. Easy call there.
Yeah, he's
Give
been
the
good.
matchup.
Again, this guy's getting, even though he gives up a little work to Gainwell, he gets like 15, 20 touches.
Yeah. We'd love for Kenneth Gainwell to go away. He's not. Maybe it's going to be closer to a 50-50 split than we want over time, but he still gets the job done. This is a great matchup for him this week as well against Buffalo.
Yeah, I've been trying to, because this show is kind of all about me, even though I have guests on. I've been trying to suppress the fact that the chat loves Bob. There's so many comments in here. Bob with the Eagles. Bob. Oh my God, I love Bob. Oh my God, I listen to Bob Harris all the time, every day. Bob's one of the only streamers that's willing to go live on Saturday. But that's actually coming from me. That's coming from me because I love Bob and I pop into Bob's Saturday show. So yeah, chat. We get it. You love Bob.
Thank you, comments. I can't see the comments because I've gone full screen here so I can get a glimpse of what's going on with our picks.
Yeah, and I'm not putting them up. I'm not putting any more positive Bob comments up, so you'll never see them. You'll never see them. You'll never see them. So we get it. Chat.
I got big ego anyway. I don't need that. You don't need my head to get any bigger.
We get it. You love Bob. All right, one more question, then we'll jump back into the sheet. High Hopes here, who just said that
I hope
she loves Bob. Yeah, Hope loves Bob. Tedero and McMillan, Egbuka or Adunze. Sit one, and she's leaning Adunze.
I would sit Egbuka, but you could, I wouldn't talk you out of sitting Adunze.
Yeah, definitely start McMillan though. He's looked pretty decent. We'll see what happens this week with this matchup with the Rams. Are the Rams the best defense in football right now, Bob?
They are, and I have concerns here. I mean, we all are kind of dialed in on that great Bryce Young performance, the 448 yards. He's only thrown for over 200 yards twice this year, right? Like, so I mean, unfortunately, most of it goes to McMillan, so it's worked out okay for him. He's wide receiver 8 on the season. So I mean, I'm playing him wildly, but I don't have high hopes for the Panthers in this game.
Mixed in the username in the comment. That's professional. All right. That is, you can't teach that. You can't teach that. Awesome. All right, let's jump back in over here. And hey, look at that. What a segue. Let's talk about the Rams and the Panthers. That game here, 45-point over under. Rams are big favorites, 10.5-point favorites here. So we're going to have a Ram in our lineup. The question is, which one?
All of them? I mean, Matthew Stafford is on an incredible heater, right? I mean, he does nothing but throw multiple touchdowns. And how many of the last games? 7 straight games or something ridiculous. Puka's in. Adams is in. Cody Parkes is in. Cody Parkes is it, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, I was going to put his name on the sheet. I honestly, if they would just let him run more routes. What's this 50% route participation? Just let the guy play. Sean McVay has historically been the guy that's willing to just use 11 guys every snap. I don't know why all of a sudden he's doing this tight end rotation, I would love to just see Terrence Ferguson get a shot or Colby Parkinson or Davis Allen. Just one of them. Just let one of them play a meaningful number of snaps to help us in fantasy.
And Davis Allen's the only one not on somebody's roster, so it'd probably end up being him.
Of course, right? It's classic Arthur Smith style tight end roulette. Panther side, anything there, man?
Probably not for me this week. I don't think, against that defense, I don't have high hopes. I mean, Rico Dowdle would be a name we usually consider. I wouldn't consider him this week.
No, and they're projected to only score 17 or so points. We can skip them. Gives us more time to answer a couple questions in the chat. Mike wants to know Jalen Warren or Bucky Irving if Bucky Irving goes.
It'd be Warren for me. I mean, it's a good matchup for Bucky Irving if you have confidence in him. I know the Football Guys team projects him way higher than I have him. I like to slow roll a little bit. We heard Josh Grizzard say, heading into last week's game, that Sean Tucker's not going away no matter what. Rashad White might. I mean, he might not have much of a role. Right. But, if you have confidence in Bucky, go ahead. It's not going to be like the 50-50 split or 51-49 last week in favor of Gainwell. What was it, 37 to 36 snaps? So I'm pretty torn on this. I'd probably go Warren myself, but I think the field would like to play Bucky Irving in his first game back against Arizona.
Yeah, here's how I'd probably treat that one. Go Warren, but if you're coming out of yesterday down like 40 points, then maybe just go Bucky for upside, But like if you're feeling good about your matchup, just start Warren because we don't know what Bucky's going to look like. We don't even know if Bucky's going to play. So I would go there. BTJ or Parker Washington, Bob, if BTJ.
Parker Washington.
Ooh, out on BTJ.
Out on BTJ right now. Well, I want to see something. I mean, like, if he's active, I mean, if Washington has had a better workload almost every single week except for the one game. He had the outlier game. But we can go back to the last game Thomas played. It was the Raiders. Parker Washington outproduced him easily.
Yeah, and the thing with Brian Thomas, they moved him into a more difficult role. Right, this year he's playing the Mike Evans role, and for Liam Cohen's scheme. And you know what? That's a pretty hard job if you're not Mike Evans. He's going up against the top corners. He's playing outside every snap. He doesn't get to go in the slot, right, Bob?
I mean, that, and also, we just have to acknowledge that. I mean, as great as he was last year, and he was great. Last 3 games, he was wide receiver 1 on points per game basis. Almost all his great production came with Mac Jones, amazing Mac Jones, the magical Mac Jones as his quarterback. I don't know what his chemistry is with Trevor Lawrence.
Mac is getting himself another shot. He's going to get another shot, I think, because he looked good with the Jags. He looked good with the 49ers, and he's been saying all the right things. I think
anyone who wants to rehab their quarterback career, I'm looking at you, Anthony Richardson. I'm looking at you. Who else? There are others. Go get a job in San Francisco, backing up whoever is the starter there for some period of time, and somebody will be interested in you.
I'm telling you, Sam Darnold went over there, and then Daniel Jones went to play behind Sam Darnold and was like, "Hey, can you share any of those Shanahan secrets that you kept with you?" It's like that's just anything the guy touches is gold, man.
O'Connell might be the Shanahan Jr. as those similar lines too.
True. Yeah, he's
a double dose for Darnold.
Double goes, man. Darnold's loaded up now. I think we're learning that the Vikings probably should have held on to Darnold, but what are you going to do? Next game here, Texans, Colts. Colts favored. Texas secondary, brutally difficult though. So what do you think?
We're putting Taylor on the list. Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. I don't need any Texans on my list.
No Texans. Maybe because we're going to need a kicker in defense. Maybe consider Fairbairn.
Yeah. If we need a defense, yes, definitely their defense.
Oh, and Texans, yeah, maybe Houston too. But we will probably find someone with a better matchup than the Colts. So we'll see. So. Yeah.
Daniel Jones hobbling along. Is he going to be ready to rumor has it Will Anderson can get after a passer. So
yeah, Will Anderson's been a monster. And was it a calf for Daniel Jones? What's going on there?
They say it's fractured. And if you saw the footage from yesterday's practice, they're saying he's fine. He's saying he's fine. But James Boyd from The Athletic had some footage. Looked like he was limping heavily, couldn't move good in the play action. I don't know. So
is it a high ankle sprain? Because
they're saying a fractured fibula.
Well, you can break your leg from the high ankle sprain sometimes. Like that's what ends up happening in a lot of cases. That's not good.
That's what they've said it is, and that's or at least Ian Rappaport said it was, and nobody's denied it. So they just say they're working through it. He says he'll continue playing, and maybe he will. They said he was a full participant yesterday. He wasn't taking all the snaps in the portion of practice open to the media. And again, if you go James Boyd, Romeoville kid on X, you can see the footage. Clearly he's not moving well. Clearly.
Okay. Well, then start somebody else for sure this week, because if Daniel Jones isn't going to run and he's facing the best secondary in the league, what is he doing for? He's doing nothing for us,
Well, I don't think they have anyone else. We're not starting it. We won't be starting Daniel Jones.
I wouldn't start him in your redraft leagues if you could avoid it, folks. That doesn't sound good to me. Need wide receiver flex, but using Egbuka and Pittman, no problems. Pittman's got problems this week. Egbuka has problems too. Go to Mooney and BTJ. Is that too far? I think BTJ.
That might be too far.
Too far. I still have Egbuka and Pittman over Mooney and BTJ.
I do too.
Pittman finds a way to score a touchdown.
Pittman was wide receiver 16 last week on 3 catches. The last big play put him over the top, right?
And that was a bad matchup too. After these 2 games, his matchups get a lot better. So I'm happy to have Pittman. I'm probably just going to start him and live my life. BTJ or Michael Wilson? We're Michael Wilson all day long, right?
Yes, for sure for me.
Yeah. Rico or Tracy?
I'll play Rico and
me too.
Deal with it.
Me too. Okay, let's jump back over into the sheet here. We got Jaguars and Titans. Jags are favored by 24. Titans, brutal. No Titans.
No Titans would like to take advantage of that Jacksonville scoring potential, but I don't know who to. There's no one there I could rely on. I don't think.
ETN maybe.
I mean, if there was one player, he is it. But as soon as you commit to him, Bashal Tutin's going to go back to like half the carries.
And we probably have enough guys here that we're going to be using running backs that are in our top 5, 7 in the rankings. ETN's not there for us, right? Yeah, maybe Jags D against the Titans.
If it was just their running defense, sure.
Yeah, that's
like they're like if the guys that played against the Chargers showed up, would love that. But I don't know if even the Titans' offensive line is as bad. They've been pretty bad, right? I mean, like Cam Moore's been sacked a ton.
Right.
Like I suppose they should be in the conversation.
They're in the mix, yeah. Because a lot of the thing that we run into here, Bob, that's one of the positions where we don't always just get to start our best defense, because a lot of the good defense, like we're not going to start the Rams defense because we're going to start, Puka Nacua. So a lot of times we do have to pay down to some degree on defense. Yeah. So Tom says that he started Amon-Ra St. Brown, so he needs to make up ground. In that case, I might just go Bucky Irving, dude. Right?
I probably would too.
Go big, go for it, dude. Go on full tilt. Are you still on Baker Mayfield versus Brissett? I'm Brissett.
It's just now looking like Baker Mayfield's more likely to be the starter. I would like this for this game, or he's at least trending in that direction after today's practice. I would play him over Brissett though.
Yeah, I'm in. Wait, you would play him over Brissett?
I would not play him over Brissett.
No, okay, good, okay. Because Brissett's been good, and that's our guy Matty Strauss. If you guys aren't set up, I don't have my chain with me, unfortunately. But if you guys aren't set up with USA Sport Chains, they got a deal today. USA Sports Fan Chains, 5% off and no taxes today. So make sure that you guys are going over there. I think I have a QR code for you, sweet little angels, to get set up over there. Yeah. So definitely, Maddie's company is doing a deal today. Promo code ALARM takes 5% off, and first 1,300 purchases are tax-free. You're definitely
plus the Black Friday discount, right?
Yeah, plus the Black Friday. So, I mean, depending what state you live in, pretty good deal there. And they're all made in the USA. They absolutely rock. And it's a gift, and it's Thanksgiving. So you're not necessarily getting a gift for yourself here with the chain. You're getting a gift for everybody in your league. Winner gets the chain.
Fine looking product. I see Bender. Anything that makes Bender look better.
He sleeps in that thing. Yeah, Bender, he needs all the help he can get. He's been rocking his all the time. I accidentally forgot mine, which is brutal because I wanted to flaunt it on all my uncles. So real sad. I guess I'll just have to use the deal and get another one, get it delivered as quickly as possible for the weekend. Let's jump back in and let's take a peek at the 49ers Browns here, Bob. This is bad weather, 36.5 point over under. What are you feeling, man? I mean, this name has to go on the sheet no matter what, right? Boom.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody else you want to put on this sheet from the Browns or the 49ers?
There's no Browns I want to put on the sheet. I mean, like, no, probably not. I mean, you start thinking of like George Kittle being a play pretty much any given week, but I don't know why you would when you already have Trey McBride on your list.
Exactly. And we can't start at the end of the day when we're looking at that flex spot, we're not going to put Kittle in over CMC, right?
No.
Yeah. We got look. One person in the chat likes me. So 99 people like Bob.
I like you.
So that makes 2. Big day for Coop.
I like when you show up to my live stream. It's my favorite. It's like my favorite moment. You always ask a super obnoxious question that ends up being my best of the day.
Oh, don't worry, Bob, because I set our team up and in here in the FFPC, and I named it for you. So our team is called the Train Superfans for Bob's favorite band, Train.
I see.
Bob's favorite band, Train. Little drops of Jupiter there for Bob. So yeah, big shout out.
Are they still a band?
One of the best, dude. They're one of the best. So that's for you. And yeah, I usually pop in your live stream, something dumb like that. Because dude, you're working on Saturday, dude. Bob works 7 days a week, man. It's impressive. It's why he's a Hall of Famer, and it's why everybody loves Bob. So I'm not surprised, chat. I'm not surprised. Super chat here. Thank you so much, Edward. And I'll tell you what, Edward, the $2 super chat, we love that. It's awesome. If you just hit the join button and become a member for $5, you can ask unlimited questions that get moved to the top. on the live streams on Sunday. Unfortunately, with my limited setup here at Casa de la Coupe in the Cape Cod, I can't see all the special members on here, but you guys are all special in my heart. Bowers, Adunze, or Bucky, Bob? Half PPR.
Bucky for me.
Yeah, I'm just going upset with Bucky. Bowers
would be second, but I mean that offense has been so bad. Do I think Greg Olson is going to fix everything that Chip Kelly broke? He is not, because he can't fix the offensive line. Like Bowers is like, I think Bowers isn't playing any week just because of, he's the de facto wide receiver 1, so he's going to stand out his position. What was he? A horrible offense last week. He was tight end 7, right, on the week. I mean, actually, Genti had a good game too last week, and still Chip Kelly got his ass fired. So.
You can't rank him super low. Did you hear what Chip did to get this time the big report? He called.
What now?
So multiple. Apparently, this has happened multiple times this season. He was calling plays that weren't actually installed, Bob. So he was basically calling plays that like maybe they installed at Ohio State, and he thought that they were installed, and he would call the play, and the players were like, "We literally don't know what that play is." in games, and then they had to turn to him and be like, "Dude, you never even installed that play, so you got to call a different play." And they're calling timeouts and they're getting delayed games. Like, fired, big time fired if you're ever doing that. So, one more question here. FFPC Big Gorilla. So this is tight end premium. It's on our site FFPC here. Looks like we're gonna score 160s. Harvey and RB2 or Tracy. What do you like there, Bob?
I'd probably take a chance on Harvey there.
Me too. Yeah, starting running back for the Denver Broncos.
In Washington.
Mile High's out there in Denver, so nice local play. Flex Diggs or Devontae Smith? Oh wait, flex Diggs and Devontae Smith, or put in Pittman, Juwan, Tracy, or Hunter Henry. And this is tight end premium, Bob. So do you like Diggs and Devontae Smith, or would you put one of those other guys in there?
Who are the guys again?
So they're on the screen if you can see it right now.
I can't see the screen.
Okay, good. Diggs and Devontae Smith are in. The other options are Pittman, Juwan Johnson, Tracy, and Hunter Henry. And this is tight end premium.
Yeah, that was the thing. So Johnson and Henry. Well, Henry's not going to duplicate last week, but he could have a good week. Juwan Johnson's still, at the end of a very narrow funnel. Might even be narrower if there's no Chris Olave. I'm probably not changing that, but it'd be for Juwan Johnson if I did.
Juwan's been good, man. I mean, he hurt his ankle in that Bills game, had 3 down weeks, but every other game this year, so 8 other games, double-digit PPR points. So, yeah, I'm sticking with what you got. But if Devontae Smith ends up out, or you don't like the injury news on him, throw Juwan in there in something like this. We're also looking at tight end premium FFPC ourselves here. Let's jump down next game here. Saints Dolphins. Is Juwan in consideration for us?
I don't think so. I mean, not even I can't see him as a flex even. Over. I mean, I don't want to lock anything in at the moment, but if I was locking anything in, Trey McBride being our tight end is pretty much chiseled into stone. Sure. And so then the question is, do any of these guys rise up to flex level? And given some of the running backs we have, I don't see that. One of those running backs might be Devon Achane, though.
Yeah, now you're talking. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, if we're sitting there and we have one flex spot left and Juwan Johnson's in it and Achane is on not being used, we're going to swap them out.
Correct.
So you're right. And again, we're probably only going to start tight ends, even in tight end premium, if we have them ranked top 5. And the highest you could, in my opinion, if people wanted to rank Juwan Johnson 6, I wouldn't necessarily argue with that, after guys like, Warren and McBride and Kelsey and Kittle and those guys.
If we were to find out as we're streaming here, and there's a lot of injury stuff coming in, sorry if you see me glancing down, I'm trying to follow up to see if we can gain an edge here. If we learned that Chris Olave wasn't playing, that might be enough of a shift for him to get consideration. But in the end, I think, we'd just kind of be throwing him out there. I don't think we'd be forcing him into the lineup.
Let's put his name on the sheet out of respect and then not use it.
Out of respect. Do it.
I think that's going to be the most prudent play to protect ourselves here. Is McLaurin worth a thought in a lineup?
No.
A lineup? Not this lineup? Any lineup?
No.
Yeah. I want to see
Not for me. I mean, what's his – I mean, he's single digit. His scoring average is 16, 6 less. I want to say – I should look it up. It's single digits on the season. I mean, it just hasn't been great.
He made all his bones last year really on touchdowns. 13 touchdowns. He got just barely over 100 targets. And with Mariota, I'm not buying it. So, let's see. Do you always play safer guys in that scenario?
It's 9.8 points per game is where we're at in McLaurin.
Yeah, that's gross. When you're up big, do you always play safer guys and not upside plays? Not always. Not always. It's a scale. But like for instance, Pittman this week in his matchup with the Texans, I'm just starting Debo. Like that's the question: you're Pittman or Debo?
Right.
I don't want to start Pittman against the Texans.
If you're playing like in a league where total points matter, I'll pile on.
Yeah, right, for sure. One more here from Crimney. I don't have my Twitch glasses, guys. I'm on vacation the kind of vacation that we go on in this industry where you just work the whole time. But I'm not in my house. Make or break week to make the playoffs. Playing a team with Amon-Ra and Lamar Jackson. Think we're chilling. What do you think on Bucky production? Yeah, that's a tough one to read, man. We kind of broke it down a little earlier, but we're trying to stay away from Bucky wherever we can because we don't know if he's going to get a full workload. They already told us Sean Tucker's not going back in the bottle, so trying not to do it unless you're looking at a guy on the back end of a split. Like you still start Bucky over like Monangai or Charbonnet
for sure.
Yeah.
Easy call.
Yeah, so if you got somebody on the front end of a split guaranteed, maybe go with him. If you're looking at these guys on the back end of a split, the Gainwells, Algier, then you go Bucky. That's kind of how we're playing it, man. And look, once again, Bob is the GOAT. Thank you for the help on James Williams. Yeah, Bob rules. Bob is the best. All right.
Bob has brief moments.
Bob has brief moments of brilliance, blinding us all with his incredible insights. And now he's going to blind us with some incredible insights on this Vikings-Seahawks game. Seahawks.
JSN.
Yeah. And Vikings. Wow. The applied point was 14. Is that correct? Do I have the right number?
There's 0 Vikings I'd be interested in playing this week.
Good gravy. They're going to get crushed, huh?
The defense is Reichard worth what? No, it's 14 points. He's going to get 2 extra points. Nope.
Yeah. Raiders here, Chargers. This one's also looking pretty ugly for the Raiders. No Raiders.
No Raiders. It's hard to play a Chargers receiver because you've got to figure out which one. I mean, you could like Justin Herbert averaged 25 points a game before his Jaguars blowout. But he still doesn't have offensive tackles. That said, the Raiders can, aside from Max Crosby, who's really interested in playing there?
No, nobody.
He should be in the discussion, Herbert. For me, he'd be in the discussion. He's not going to make it though. But I don't know if we can count on anyone in this game for the kind of reliable points we're looking for.
Oh, you want to do this, dude? Dicker
the kicker is a fantastic choice.
Yeah, or we could do Chargers defense too. We'll put him in there. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that, Bob. Maybe we'll do that.
That's fair.
Yeah. Hampton, McLaurin, or Michael Wilson in the flex.
Well, Hampton, if he's cleared.
Yeah. In redraft, we're not going to do it in this because we're starting this super chalk. But I think if Hampton's cleared, you're going there. Otherwise, go Michael Wilson.
But we're probably other guys go Wilson, but we're not going to know that until probably Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern time or we might hear a little earlier. But they're not going to tell us anything before Saturday on whether they're going to activate him. I think the only one we know that's not getting activated right now is Trey Benson.
Right. So, folks, in case you weren't aware, there is a hidden deadline there, 4 p.m. on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you're going to put a guy on IR or activate a guy from the IR, it has to be done by 4 o'clock, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, a little tidbit there from the best, Bob. Hey, guys, it's Death Wish. What up, BWR? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did. I suffered a minor case of eggnog poisoning, Bob.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it had too much bourbon in it. Still trying to figure out the guy. Yeah, trying to figure out the guy who did it. But
it was you.
Does that ever happen to you, Bob? The old eggnog poisoning.
It does not. I've not had a sip of the bourbon part or any liquor for I don't know. We're going on 40 years now. So
wow, good for you, Bob. Congratulations. Yeah. That is
not good for me. Good for all of you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This time of year, the eggnog poisoning, it's dangerous. It's an epidemic. You got to be real careful out there, folks. Sounds like Buka or Sutton this week. What do you think?
I play Sutton.
Yeah, I'm going Sutton as well, regardless of who the quarterback is. I'm nervous. Also added Jaden Daniels last night. Good ad. We'll
Maybe.
see.
Like, was it so good that you feel like you need to force him in? I don't know. Like, it depends on what you're running at quarterback. If you're out there streaming Tyler Shuck and Bryce Young, yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you're rooting for Jaden Daniels to come back, you know who did a lot of work in that category is Joe Burrow with his comments.
He did.
Coming out and saying, I'm a football player. If I'm healthy, I'm playing football. I'm not going to be scared. It's like, good luck getting Jaden Daniels to sit down if he's healthy. If their plan was to put him in the bubble wrap, Joe Burrow just threw down.
100% he wants to come back. Just it wasn't going great guns. Before he was hurt, it wasn't for Burrow either. In his one game, he was quarterback 26. So obviously, there's a high end there. The range of possible outcomes are still high end, and I suppose is on Jaden Daniels. I just hope, if I was sitting here deciding between Jaden Daniels and Jacoby Brissett every week down the stretch, and things are going as they are for Jacoby Brissett, I'd have a hard decision every week.
Jacoby Brissett is he's been great. You got to just get him in there. So I'm with you on that.
He's been a quarterback one every week.
He's awesome. For fantasy. I mean, he did kind of fumble the entire Seahawks game away. But
I don't care.
I don't care about that.
He's not going anywhere. Kyler Murray's not coming back.
I'm not a Cardinals fan. I don't care if they win or lose. They let up 40 points every week. That's fine. Bills, Steelers here. Bills favored by 3.5 on the road. Both teams look like they're going to score a little bit. Bills side is a tough one. What do you think?
It's Josh Allen. It's James Cook.
Okay, good. I don't want to mess with any of the wide receivers. Nope. And even if Dalton Kincaid plays, he's not a full-time player. Yeah, not a full-time player, though, so not really something we're going to do in this format.
No, but full-time producer. I mean,
crazy.
Every snap he's on the field, they're trying to get him a football. So, I'd be okay playing him this week. And, if I was in a redraft and he's one of my options over one of the streamers. But you're gonna have to wait that one out.
Yeah, if you're in a categories league, like our fantasy baseball friends, and the categories are yards per route run and targets per route run, then yeah, Dalton Kincaid's 10-1. Steelers side.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing. Nada.
I mean, I'm not making an argument for the defense.
Boswell, he's a weapon, they say.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
he's the only one who knows how to kick there. That's
true. But it's still not a place you want to kick.
No, thank you.
Broncos, Commanders here. What are you feeling on the Broncos side? This is a good matchup for the Broncos. What's up with Bo Nix, man? Where you been ranking Bo Nix?
Bo Nix struggles to get I was high on him going into the season, and I work my ass off to start him every week, and it's very difficult. It's getting difficult to justify. He'll have what'll happen is that he'll have 3 horrible quarters, then 1 good quarter, and you want against the Giants. What was it? What is he right now? He's quarterback 11 on the season. That's right about where I'm playing him. Right.
My brother-in-law is a Broncos fan, and he's like, we win these games, and every game I'm like, a little part of me dies. Yeah. How? Yeah.
It's
what
defense.
Defense.
I'll just say, he's better than a lot of the people we're out here talking about streaming, but for a contest like this, I don't think there's a Bronco I could trust enough to put in this lineup.
No. Yeah. I have Lutz. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I have Knicks ranked as a QB1 this week for the first time in a while, but not the QB1, and that's kind of what we need in this.
I have him at QB7 this week, but he is not a QB1.
No, can't use him. Not the QB1, and that's kind of what we need here. Commanders, anything?
No, 0 thanks for the Commanders.
0 thanks. Yeah, I love that you're blunt with this show, Bob. Just like last year too, and that's why we did so well. A lot of people come in, and I love it because we get to talk about the teams, but they always want to put a name on the sheet for every team, and I just want to tell them hey, it's okay to just say nah.
I would say to anyone, you make an argument for a commander that there's a legitimate reason to put them on this sheet. There is no legitimate reason if we're picking from the best of the league to put a Washington Commander in when that team's going to score 18 points.
Exactly. So we don't need to do it. Saves us time to answer some questions for Hope.
Sorry, Commanders fans.
Debo, Sutton, or Kenneth Walker?
Kenneth Walker for me.
Yeah, he's getting the touch. If they just let him get the goal line work, he would be an RB1 in our rankings every single week. It's just that one aspect.
4 straight games where he's out-snapped Charbonnet, and last week was by the most he's done it. So
right,
watch the injury report.
Yeah, Walker.
I think he'll be fine. I don't think it's yeah, I think he's
all right.
Legit. Yeah.
Right now, I have 4 QBs: Purdy, Daniel Jones, Brissett, Jaden Daniels. Currently 10-2, but I'm fighting for the first round bye. Should I drop one of these for Browns D for next week? He's going to start Brissett. If you're going to drop one of those quarterbacks in a single QB league, you don't need 4 quarterbacks in a single QB league.
You do not.
I would probably drop Jaden Daniels.
I would drop Jaden Daniels 100% sure.
Yeah, do that and start Brissett and then grab
the only reason we're holding on to players like that is the FOMO, the fear of missing out on the big game that we know they're going to have at some point. Trying to figure out when it's going to happen with Jaden Daniels has been going to be very tricky.
It's tough, yeah. And again, who knows when he comes back? He might not be running as much. You never really know with those guys. Roger that.
Or he might be Joe Burrow and have a great game
and just be awesome. Yeah,
that's what they're worried about. They're worried they're going to miss that.
Yeah, but
it wasn't great. It was 19. It was 19 points for Joe Burrow. It was not like he lit the world on fire.
Exactly, and you've got quarterbacks that are capable of big games already. Is McLaurin worth dropping? Our rules of thumb is you never drop anybody just to drop them. So
yeah, if you have roster room and you don't need to churn and you don't need a startable piece and he's not a startable piece, or there's a piece you could start over him, then you drop him. Otherwise, you hang on to him. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. We don't know for sure about Hampton, but we're hoping. And if Hampton is back, then Vidal is not a guy we're looking to play. Would you guys start BTJ or Stephon Diggs?
I would start Stephon Diggs in this matchup against the Giants all day long.
Yeah, start Diggs, dude. Start Diggs. Let's jump back in here. Broncos, Commanders, we did. Last game here, Giants, Patriots. No Giants.
Drake May's got to be in the conversation.
That would be.
Jackson Dart. Let's be realistic. Jackson Dart was quarterback 1 from weeks 4 through 10. The weeks he started so far, he is quarterback 1 on the season with like 23 points a game. Yeah. But I'm not. I'm probably not playing him in this one. Just give him a week to get back and figure out how they're going to handle the rushing. That's been the big question in New York, right? Do they let is Jackson Dart going to still run? I mean, he had 7 rushing touchdowns in his 7 starts. He was 50 yards a game in over 5 of them. That's quarterback 1 output, right? That's what gets you there. And I love all that, but all the talk. Maybe one of the reasons Brian Daboll's fired is because Jackson Dart was getting designed runs called at the end of a blowout.
Bingo.
Also, Mike Kafka was calling those plays. So
yes, so Bob, to your point. On the other side in this one, last year they asked Alex Van Pelt why Drake May didn't run more, and he said, we have 3 wins. So they weren't calling design runs for Drake May last year for the exact reasons you just suggested. And I think that it would be smart for them, the Giants, not to call designed runs for this guy and to tell him, slide.
Well, so I don't think you're going to change that. Leopard's going to change his spots or his stripes, or however Emmitt Smith would say it. But I do think that he had the most designed runs called for him of any quarterback in the league, and he only started 7 games.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So
it's not smart.
Yeah, they're going hog wild on it. So that will probably change. But will that keep Dart from running when he gets opportunities near the goal line? Absolutely not. Dart's going to dart.
He's going to do his thing. Exactly. And that's what May did last year too. May only had 3 designed runs last year that weren't QB sneaks. And he did it all that way. So it doesn't mean Dart's not a start, but we're not going to use him this week. We'll put his name on the sheet because he's super cool. And we like him. Hello, guys. 5-point PPR. Need 1 wide receiver in a flex. Pittman, Diggs, Neal, and if they play, Marvin or McLaurin. So just 1 wide receiver first of that crew.
Diggs.
And then he needs a flex out of Devin Neal, Pittman, Marv, and Terry. Do you just go Neal?
Probably here? Pittman right there.
Okay,
and by the way, Pittman. It's been confirmed that Daniel Jones is starting. They think they can manage this thing through. It's a tough matchup, people. So don't go overboard. It's also a tough matchup for Terry McLaurin. Looks like Pat Surtain's back, Alex Singleton back. I mean, or at least having an opportunity to be back. So I'd probably avoid that as well. And I don't know what to make of Neal in this New Orleans offense. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like it could be one of those great breakout performances, right? Like, that's entirely possible. The matchup, we've seen some backs have great games against the Miami Dolphins. But even that, I'd have a hard time selling myself on it.
Right. This isn't like Kyron Williams went down and Blake Corum's coming in. It's a bad team. It's a late round running back, and they have Taysom Hill. So
it might get rough.
It could be bad. Vidal, Bam Knight. Speaking of rough, Jeans wants to know Vidal, Bam Knight, or Kyle Monangai active on the waiver wire, which is a good thing, but not necessarily superstars.
As things stand right now, it'd probably be Bam Knight in a not great matchup.
Yeah. If Hampton is out, it's Vidal.
If Hampton's out, it would be Vidal for sure. Yeah, I think the thing about, with Monangai, I mean, it's a tough matchup against the Eagles today. Mm-hmm. But also, was last week the start of a trend, or was it just a one-off? I mean, I feel like it's the start of a trend. Do I want to play it like it's the start of a trend? I'd like to see more of the trend before I do. We've seen him have some spike games before. So
right. You don't get in your redraft leagues, you don't get any benefit really from being early. The only place that you get a benefit of trying to guess like when the week Monangai is going to take over is like DFS, yeah, exactly. Where the salary DFS, not FFPC either. You don't get any sort of benefit there. So we're not trying to play that game. It's good to have him on your bench though in case it does happen. Metcalf, Judkins, Franklin, Harvey, Wandale, and this is full PPR. Great format for Wandale. So Metcalf, Judkins, Franklin, Harvey, Wandale needs 2.
Harvey and Wandale.
Yeah, Wandale's been great in full PPR.
Yeah, I mean, like Metcalf should be in a good spot, but he's just so untrustworthy at this point.
Mm-hmm. And Wandale hides in the slot. Christian Gonzalez does not go in there.
Nope.
Patriots have struggled over the middle a little bit. Do you guys trust Odunze? Trust is a strong word.
I do not trust Odunze.
Yeah, he can go Hampton if Hampton plays, or Juwan Jennings in the snow. Snow versus Browns.
I mean, like Jennings is the only wide receiver that's playable at the moment for San Francisco, and he is playable. I mean, but is it desirable?
Not this week. Not this week. It's not. Yeah, I'm just going Odunze today.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can wait until 2:58 to see if Hampton is like guaranteed to play. If Hampton's a guarantee, I'll want to use him. But otherwise, I'll just use Odunze today. Herbert, Brissett, you can pick him up on waivers. What? How is Jacoby Brissett on waivers right now? He's throwing for 250 yards every single week. But I would just go Herbert though, right?
I'd still play Herbert, but I don't know how Jacoby Brissett's on waivers.
I would block someone else from picking up Brissett. Like I don't want other people to have access to players like that. I'll pick 2 of Diggs, Jefferson, and Rome.
I played Diggs and Jefferson.
Yep, fully agree. All right, let's jump in and get this lineup going. For folks that don't know what we've been doing here, we're putting all the top plays into this sheet here for every team, super mega stars, and then we're making an FFPC lineup. No salary, no draft. You can start pretty much any player you want with one rule. You can't start 2 players from the same team. So we can't stack Stafford and Puka. You're not allowed to, right? But we can put in Puka, and we can put in Bijan, and we can put in JT, and we put in anybody we want. So before we jump over the other sheet, Bob, just a quick scroll. We're going to do McBride. Is there anyone else that's just like a stone lock for you? Like, who's your number 1?
JSN?
JSN. Who's your number 1 ranked running back this week?
This week. To double check and see who exactly.
Yeah, I want exact.
I change them so fast.
Me too.
Right, like I sit there, like when we're doing shows and we're talking on the air. So
after this show, I'm going to move Michael Wilson down in my ranking.
It's Achane for me.
Okay, good. All right, so let's start that. We can start our favorite players. So here's what the lineup looks like. It's going to be 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 4 flexes, and a tight end. And it is tight end premium, which means it's full PPR. You get 1.5 points for tight ends. So tight ends at the flex, it's not crazy. It's got to be special players, though. So there we go. 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and the tight end is in. Let's jump back over the sheet. Is there another wide receiver that you love here?
I can play either Rams wide receiver. Puka is probably the right answer.
Dude, going through, we only put 4 wide receivers names on the sheet.
And we probably shouldn't have put Wilson in there, to be honest with you.
No,
Like,
yeah, you're right. We just got a little antsy because it was the first show, the first game of the show. So we put Puka in here. We don't have to start. What's up here? We don't have to start another wide receiver if we don't want to. So that's the beauty of it. Like we can just load in running backs if we want to do that. For the running backs, do we want to do McCaffrey?
Yes, for sure.
Taylor?
He's my number 2. Taylor, I'm a little less certain about. Like
Taylor versus Bijan. Who would you go?
I play Bijan over Taylor.
Okay, let's get Bijan in. And then there's 3 more flexes. Let's see. Let's get our quarterback done. The quarterbacks we put in the sheet. Let's jump back over. We put in Stafford, Herbert, Allen, Dart, and May. Drake May having the quarterback go in the last game of the week too. Yeah, I think that's going to be real fun. Does that mean so now we can't use Josh Allen? Does that mean we put in James Cook, or do we?
Yeah, we can put in James Cook since we're not using Allen.
Cook or Jonathan Taylor?
Probably Jonathan Taylor there. All right.
Do we put them both in?
Actually, it's pretty close.
Let's just put them both in. Let's just put them both in.
I have Cook I have Taylor at 6 and Cook at 8 this week.
Yeah. Now, okay, and now when we jump over to the tight end tab, we've eliminated Kittle, Warren, Kincaid by the nature of starting other players. Is Brock Bowers in tight end premium more appealing to you than? I mean, we don't want to use Ibuka. We're not going to use Nico Collins, are we?
No.
I don't think we're using another wide receiver scrolling through this list. Is there anybody on here? I mean, I'm going to rattle the names.
I would probably play Kittle over Bowers.
But the problem with Kittle over Bowers is we have to take CMC out of the lineup if we do that.
Yep. So it's Bowers. Bowers is next.
Yeah. Okay. The final test is right here. Would you play any of these running backs over Bowers? Bucky if he plays, Hampton if he plays,
nope.
Genty, Etienne,
nope.
Dowdle.
Nope. Well, we had Etienne on our list, but I probably wouldn't play him over Bowers in this at a premium.
Dude, is this the easiest lineup we've ever put together?
It's a pretty easy lineup. It came together quite easily.
It came together quite easily. I mean, it's crazy. I really don't want to start. Dude, this is a really weird wide receiver.
We would have had a lot of harder decisions if the 6 teams that played yesterday hadn't played yesterday.
Yeah, right. The 6 best teams in the Super they made these matchups before Thanksgiving, like handpicked. You're right. But I mean, man, it is a very weird weekend for wide receivers. I'm realizing. Good gravy. We need a kicker and a defense now. Let's go to defense first. We can go Houston. Yeah, I mean they're awesome, right? Against Indy.
Right. I mean, not 90% of what I'm looking for is disruptive playmakers.
Right. Will Anderson and
that's
Stingley
just the starting point. I mean, they've got him across the board. They're getting Jalen Petrie back this week. That helps too.
Yep. Yeah. All right, that's easy then. And then kicker.
Did we play a Charger? Let's go with the kicker, the kicker.
There he is right there. When you sort by projected, top name, man.
It's almost like we knew what we were doing.
Bob, I think we're going back in the money again. 2 years in a row, brother. 2 years in a row. I mean, I don't want a victory lap too soon, but I just feel really good about it, man. So that's it, folks. If you want to go in, if you think that we missed something here and we screwed up, and you could do better just by putting our lineup in with a couple of tweaks. I mean, Mile High Luke actually did that last week and beat us, which, good job. If you think you can do that, if you think you got that skill, well, go here. You know what? I'll even show you the number, right? 1088833. That's the league we're in. If you use promo code ALARM, they'll give you $25 when you deposit 35 or more. And tell you what, these cost 35 to get into. So if you deposit 45 and they give you 25, that's $70. You get into 2 of these lineups. I did the math in advance with a calculator, Bob. That's how I was able to do that so quickly.
Look at you go.
Yeah. So, because I mean, that's just crazy math right there. I did it earlier. Double checked it. So get in and do that, and you can play against us. Our team, if you want to see if we beat us, it's Bob's favorite band, Train. We're the Train super fans. Drops to Jupiter. Bob's
Does that singer have like a really high voice?
I'm trying to. No. Yes, he does go high. High above me. Is that them? Yeah.
I have no idea.
You. I have no
I've
idea.
never. If I heard a train song, it was a horrible accident.
When
Not a
we
train wreck,
win,
but a horrible accident.
when we win the top prize of $500, that should be enough for us to get train tickets. You and
Front
I,
row, dead center.
front row, dude. I'll tell you, if they're in Canton, Ohio next August, we are going. All right, yeah. So yeah, there you go,
Party
folks.
on.
Win this $500 to first place. Train tickets for everybody. Second place is $200. That could probably get you one ticket. I don't know what they go for these days.
Probably very expensive.
Yeah, probably are. Third or fourth, you can either take $100 or you can do $125 best ball entry, and then I think fifth and sixth you get your money back. There's only 30 people in this one, so pretty good deal there. Go get signed up over myffpc.com. Bob, you're the best man of the people. Are you doing a show tomorrow too?
I am doing a show tomorrow, live stream tomorrow, and on NFL Radio from 8 to 11 as usual with Mike Dempsey and myself. So yes,
Man of the
shows
people.
tomorrow. We'll take a ton of calls on that Saturday night show.
We'll take a moment here to be selfish for yourself and tell everybody where they can find you and support you and help you out with everything you do for everybody, man.
Well, you can go see my live stream tomorrow. We like to sit around, have a little conversation, talk about things. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what we're doing, what we're talking about, what I think. You're going to make the decisions. And that's the same thing we do all the time. Same with my work in football, guys. I throw a ton of information out there every week. My fantasy notebook on Thursdays, my face-off article with Gary Davenport, another great one. Every Friday, then my in and out column on Saturday. If you want to get a little uncomfortable, doesn't always feel right, but some of the players end up faring reasonably well. Check that out. So all my work in football, guys, the daily update podcast every morning, 10 minutes of just the news and fantasy information you need. And then the radio, 8 to 10 Eastern every weeknight, except tonight, when I apparently will learn from Andrew Cooper, I'm on an hour earlier.
Yes.
From 7 to 9. And then every Saturday, 8 to 11 on NFL Radio and the Fantasy Channel. Then every Sunday on the pregame show with the one and only Jeff Means.
Boom. Yeah, I think the fantasy footballers took today off, which is moving us all up 1 hour. So big shout out to them and their day of rest. Hey, I get done a little bit early. I get to say goodnight to my daughter, so that'll be fun. So for those looking for,
no matter what.
That's right, we'll be on there. For those looking for Howard and we will be on 5 to 7 tonight on SiriusXM instead, as we just alluded to. But that's it from us. Happy holidays to everybody. Hope you guys got your Black Friday deals in. If you want one last Black Friday deal, guess what? Over at fantasyalarm.com/Black Friday, we are offering a deal 50% off from now through the rest of 2026. So over a year at 50% off. It's going to include all of baseball, the rest of this year, your draft for football next year, your drafts for NBA and hockey and everything. So use that. Go into fantasyalarm.com/Black Friday, populates promo code BF50, or you just type BF50 in there. It is the best deal we ever do. You can get locked into a membership, get in there with Discord and hang out with us and have a great time. So go check that out now. But until then, Bob and I have some parting words for you, sweet angels.
Adios, turd nuggets.